Alrighty. Doc here from North America. The numbers are going to be out any second now. They should be out right now, actually. Let's take a look and see what the stock market's doing from it. Oh, yeah, look at that. Nice spike up to the 5. Let's get the skip the ad and let's get going there. There we are. So, all right, cool. And you can see the stock market's taking a nice little push on the upside, and it doesn't seem to be letting go at the moment. Now, it's only been, how many seconds now? 46 seconds since it's officially out. And there it is right there up on the screen now on Dukascopy on the J4X platform. CPI down 0.2. Core annual down 4.8%. CPI down 3. CPI down 0.2. Okay, and CPI month over month down 0.2. Let's see. Right. So 3.1 versus 3. Not bad. So it was down just a little tick. Okay. Oh, here's core now, 4.8. Oh, I see. Core, the top one. They were looking for 0.3. It came down in 0.2. I think it's okay. They were looking for 5 plus 5%. It was 4.8, and so that's why the stock market is very happy and comfortable. Imagine the dollar. Let's check out the dollar. I'm sure the dollar index is moving down again. Let's see. Yeah, that's cool. We got gamma on the upside myself, so I'm not complaining. This is exactly what we want. So let's dismiss that now. There it is. And let's put the dollar index, which you can see right there, which is moving down. Let's go over to Chicago Quant. And that's heating oil. Let's get to the dollar index. Right there. You see it's just dancing around, really. It's like a little bit up more than it was yesterday, actually, at the moment. It made a new low, bounced back up a little bit. It's been kind of choking around. I think I'm going to go to. I'm going to take a look. Let's see if we can find it here. Doc has his new platform that he's working on, and let's see what it looks like. I like the clean data feed that I'm using for it. That's always good. Let's see. Let me see. How do I get there? I go to trading, quant. There we go. Oop, that didn't work. Let's try that again. Charting. There we are. Right there. There we go. Now let's go find. Good. Dow Jones Industrial Average up 200 points from this action. Let's put the stocks over it. No, that's right. We already looked at the stocks. We don't need to look at it again. Unless someone asks. If I see someone, hey, George, morning to you. Morning, Robin. I'm trying to find. I'm going to see if I can get our platform up on there, Robin. I want to see what it's showing when it comes to the dollar index. Let's see. Where do I go? I go from here. And I go there. And I go there. And we're doing the calc. I should have had this prep beforehand, but I just got the idea. Let's see. So dollar futures. There we are. And let's put that in. There we go. All right, and here we go. We can move this over like so. Let's see, like that. And we move that over more like so. And you see that the dollar index has been going down for days. We've been in a sell for 4 days there on the new platform. And yeah, that's the way it works. So it's matching up very well. Red dots going down. What else can I say? And there's the weekly. It's been in a weekly sell now for 2, 4. This is a 6th week in a sell. Must be chasing after the. I have to find out what that's all about. But that's very good. I like that. Let's see if you can see that. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. That's good. You can see the. Yeah. All right. And if I go like this, there we are. That's even better, right? You see the mouse moving around, like right there. Yeah, there you go. So that's the. I've been using it a little bit more. I'm paying attention to it. Oop. Let's see what we can do. Oh wait. Let's see. How do we do this? Anybody curious about it? Just contact Robin. Let's see. It's live and it's a lot simpler in many ways. We're getting the bells and whistles put together, so it's just a matter of time. But I just thought I'd show that. That's yeah. I'm just when I hate how the exchange data changes after a day or two. It really bothers the daylights out of me, out of the feeds that we're getting. And the open interest shifts and the high or the low or the open or the close can be changed. It's like what? Why can't they get that stuff accurate by the next morning? I don't understand it. I can understand in the evening having an issue, but I don't understand it anymore. It's starting to become really, really irritating to me. And so, let's see, where's ours at? There it is. No, that's not it. Look like this. So, I've been starting to lean on the new platform because I'm just tired of fighting with having to do all the work on the other one. It's like, nah, I don't want to do that. And that's, if anybody wants to, let's see, where's it at? There it is right there. If they're curious about our new platform, you can give Robin a call, and he'll probably throw it at you for a couple of weeks for the fun of it, if nothing else. Let's see, what else we got to say? So the dollar is not really getting pushed down. There's really strong, real strong comfort level. Oh, who's this? Young, how you doing? You hung, maybe. Is that how I say it? You hung. Okay. Young. We're really irritated by the debate constantly over and over and over again about, are they going to raise? Are they not going to raise? I mean, almost 90% of the bond traders believe they're raising the rates. They believe they are raising the rates. And so, and then they're hoping that will be the pause from there. Now, what we're really seeing here now, this is the dollar index. You can see the dollar index is not really budging much. And I have that up on, J4X at the same time. Is that it right there? Yeah. Okay, yeah, it is down. So let me see if I can amplify that. No, not that way. Yep, there it is. Yeah, so it is down. And again, it's this. Let me reload this. That's what's irritating about this is we get this situation where the supposed exchange feed changes on me. There we go. That's the way it should be right now, I think. Or is that even missing the day? That's missing the day even. All right, so let's fix the day again. There we are. Yeah, see, the dollar is, no, that's 11. 10, 7. Why aren't they giving us a filling in of the where it's at live? The new platform we've been working on has it. Chicago, the J4X has it. Why can't they have it? I don't understand it. There it goes. Finally straightens out. There we go. So the dollar is down, and it's challenged. Where's the low today? 101.1 basically. So when we're thinking that they're going to finally, on this particular move with this weekly sell on the dollar index, I'm doing fine, thank you. Doing fine. Did I enunciate the name correctly? Am I supposed to say the YHUNG or the OLUWA? Which one should I call you by? So, anyway, yeah, the I think what it comes down to now is we are going to see, they'll probably give us the raise, coming in July, here at the, I guess it's like about 3 or 4 weeks from now, at the end of the month. And then from there, we should not see the next month or the next meeting. They should not at all. So they shouldn't raise. All right. There we go from the dollar index. Let's go over to the euro and see what the euro looks like this morning. And there's the euro. It's climbing up comfortably, no complaints. It's getting ready to take out this high we've seen right there. We tighten it up a little bit. You see that's some really good action since the where is it at? When we scroll over, there's an all-time low. Let's see, 110. Okay, so it's got to get up through that 110 and challenge this one off of the, where is it at? This is the all-time low last October, or I guess late September, October of last year. And that's the all-time low. Broke the century mark right there. Went down into the 96s. And I'm expecting that out of the dollar index to do the same thing. Break the century mark and go into the 97s or 98s or something like that. First one probably only be like 98.90 or 99.70. Bounce back up and it'll, do the little dance and we'll see how it goes. Our daily and weeklies will protect us from it all, hopefully. Usually does. You can pronounce it as young. Cool. Yeah, I said you hung. Yeah, young. Okay, that sounds good. Thank you. So, is there any particular product you'd like to look at? I can put up on the screen. Do you want me to explain how our system works? Anything particular? We use a combination. This is our proprietary chart system right here. We have a second one we're just developing. That's the one right here. And then from there, what is it? Then from there, we have J4X right here using products like the slow stochastic right there and the fast stochastic right there on a daily chart, and using Hinky ASCII bars to try to emulate our dots. And that's pretty much the answer to it. And then again, the proprietary one is our algorithms, and they're both smoothed by a stochastic. So the stochastic has a characteristic, it's very dominant in its characteristic, and but our math is a couple hours ahead usually. It's about almost 9 out of 10 times right because of the way we use our algorithm and smooth it with a stochastic. So it matches up a lot to a fast and a slow stochastic competing with each other. I hope that makes some sense to you, Young. If not, you're welcome to ask any question you like. We're not afraid of questions here. We just always say that there's going to be a long answer or a short answer, but when it comes to questions, we never dodge them. All right, now from there, let's see, what do? We go from there. Let's move that up onto that. And there's the euro. Let's go over to, I just want to save that euro too at the same time. Let's go over to the British pound. British pound has been acting extremely well. Extremely well. There we go. And you can see it right there. Where's it at? Right there. There's the British pound. It's taking out the highs here, outperforming the euro without a doubt. And you can see, let's put it up on J4X. Right there. You can see it's taking out like 2-year highs or something like that. Is it 2-year highs? No, 1-year highs. So back in last summer, it was up in this area. It's taken out that high. So now what we're doing is we're going after literally after the first, let's make this bigger for a second on J4X. You can see here, there's the first quarter of 21. we figure that's where this thing's going to land, somewhere in the middle of it to start off with. And it looks like they're trying to take out March of 22. They're trying to take out the high there now. That's where we're at this point. And looking good. It's looking firm. You can see the green line is at 96. The yellow, the slower, is at 93. That's a bullish signal. And all the green hinkies is a bullish signal. Cool. So, from there, over here on Chicago Quant, you see the same thing. We've been in a daily buy from here in the middle. And it's been climbing up. And we've been in a weekly buy on a slow algorithm here. And the fast algorithm went into the buy here on a weekly trend. So we look at a weekly trend and we look at a daily trend. When the both are aligned together, we're saying get long. And when they're both aligned on the downside, we say get short. And when they're going in opposite directions, we say go neutral. Neutral is a very unique type of position. It can still have gamma, or you can just flatten out your spot. Depends on how you trade. We're active with derivatives like options and binaries and spot and everything else and in between. All right, from the cable, did I save that cable? I wanted to save it too. There we are. And there is the cable. There we go. I just wanted to save that. All right, now we go over to the Swiss franc. Let's see what the Swiss is up to this morning. Right there, breaking down and getting something like what 3-year lows, something like that. Now, boy, what a difference 7 months has been. You know, since they've resolved the issue with Credit Suisse. Right there, as you can see, the last time I think we went on here, it was like 2019 maybe. Last time we seen it down this low. I think it's taken out this low right there. 87.57. We're at 87.57. We're right at the same spot with a low today of 87.34. So we're looking at that is in January of 20. I think that's January of 20. That's what that is. So we're getting ready to take out a 3-year low. Is that 3-year low? 3.5-year low. Jan 20 to 21 is 1 year. Jan 21 to 2 is 2 year. Jan to 2023 is 3 year. It's a 3.5-year low it's going after. And the last time it saw anything like that, going back to 2018, let's do this. Let's get the weekly up in there and see how low it seems to be going. Right there. Okay, I remember that. That's what that was the disconnecting the euro against the Swiss. That's what that slam dump bang was, and that drove it down into the 70s for a day or two, and then it came roaring back up. We caught that with daily buy. Daily buy jumped into a daily buy the next day, and we caught that ride on the upside there. Now you can see there 70.66 was back in 2010. July of 2011. So I guess that's where we're at with it when it comes to the Swiss. So it's making some big, bold moves. All right, and there you can see it there. Swiss has been in a sell for 5 weeks now. And the fast stochastic is doing the same thing. And you can see here we have the green line down at 8.3. We have the slow line right there at 14.4. So it shows the pressure on the marketplace there when using J4X. Alrighty, from there, we march our way over to the yen right there. And yen's been kind of interesting. Out of nowhere, it just seems to have rolled over and said, "Oh, okay, maybe we shouldn't be so panicky." I guess I don't know. I wonder, how we were explaining how policy is made. Procedure, policy made through procedure. I was explaining that where what happens is that the minutes go out to whatever committee it is that's making its decision. And then those minutes are usually 30 days beforehand that what the next agenda is going to be for the next meeting in the next month. And so when you're a member of a committee that's making a vote on economic decisions or spending money, you usually have a consensus of how it's going to go. In other words, if it gets onto the agenda, and then you know what the majority will vote generally or what the minority won't vote for or so forth, and the end result is that you basically can start to front run it, 30 days ahead of time. So what we're seeing here now is the dollar weakening. We've been watching the cable and the euro and the dollar trade against the yen. And, the dollar has been the weakest. We've seen that, and that's why we were very comfortable with saying we expect to see the century mark challenged again. So, an agenda may have been released. In other words, they were taking this currency up for, let's put it up on the screen here. And on J4X, you'll see the weekly here. They've been marching this thing up. Look at the way it's just been marching up from the 27, 28 area all the way up to almost the 45 area, over, I guess what it is, it's 6 months, something like that. No, it's like 9 months, okay? And then, this is when the, right here was the resolution of Credit Suisse, this drop. And we thought, oh, okay, it's not going to see past 135 again for a while, or 36. Maybe it could get as crazy as 38, but we didn't really expect to see much action like that, because when you look at the Swiss, they were matching up perfectly, like doing everything the same. And it does that little bump there, and then the Swiss starts to break down again, and so do all the other currencies. In other words, this is strong. When this is going down, it's gaining against the dollar. But all of a sudden, the yen shifts gears and takes off on the upside. And so the new president of the Bank of Japan has had, everything under review, and he's been looking at what he's going to do with policy. Okay, so in other words, they're very bureaucratic. They're very organized. So I explained at the time that we noticed that the committee meetings were linking up with the moves we see, and then 30 days beforehand. And so what happens is that, once they have a meeting and then they release the minutes to those meetings and what's going to be on the next agenda a week later, we see there was you could see that it was analogous, or it was equal to, it acted the same way as what happened at the meeting that next day. Here, in real time. And so what we're thinking now is that, because we know that the bureaucratic process is pretty transparent in many ways, more than likely, whatever agenda that's coming out is probably going to be something that knocks the yen even more down against the dollar. In other words, it gains against the dollar again. And so, he may have, when he got elected president of the Bank of Japan, he talked about, just lost the word. I heard it in my head and it disappeared. Reevaluating. He was going to reevaluate the policies of X amount of years back. And when you do something like that, then it can be very prolific, it can be very, changing. And we've seen this wild move, in a sense, in other words, where everybody else was gaining against the dollar, the Japanese yen was losing against the dollar for like the last 3 months. So we're thinking now maybe a policy change is coming again, where the policy change came around here when he got put on as president of the Bank of Japan, and you can see it ran up from his strong, hard talk, and now maybe the policy change might be coming. And so, that might, the next, I guess the bigger question is, when is the next Bank of Japan meeting? So I'm going to Google that just for the fun of it. When is the Bank of Japan next meeting? Bank of Japan next meeting. Let's see what it says. Monetary policy meeting. Bank of Japan 23. Past monetary policies. What time is the BoJ internet rate decision? What is the interest rate in Japan? What was the interest rate? Let's see. Bank of Japan meeting. When is the next BoJ? July 5th, next week. So it's next week. So 15th and 16th. Or yeah, what is it? 15. No. That's what's that? Sunday, Monday? I think that's Sunday, Monday. No, it's Saturday, Sunday. Okay. So, an announcement was a press release a few hours after. Let's see. Bank of Japan. Bank of Japan. What is the Bank of Japan monetary policy meeting? All right. So, at the last Bank of Japan's meeting, which was in April. Okay, that's not right. That's 21. Okay. So what we're thinking is, if that's right and it's the 15th, then they know what they're going to vote on. It's already, and it's in the market, and that's what we're seeing right now. Just thought I'd mention that. And now we'll see on Monday. We'll see what kind of action is when they finally release the news. All right. From there, let's see, what do we got on the screen? Okay, so that's the yen. Let's do this. We have been looking at the way that is dollar yen. We're going to leave dollar yen up there, and that's what, a weekly up on J4X, but we're going to make it a daily. And then what we're going to do, we're going to see. And then what we're going to do from there is we're going to look at the British pound, Japanese yen, activate. And you can see here, compared to, and then we'll just go like this with it too. Put it in there. GBP, JPY right there. So it's not dropping anywhere near like the dollar one is. It's gone from 84 to 80. Different percentage change, of course, but still, it's right there. It's taking out the lows of June at this point. See, it's trying to drive towards June at this point, down in there. Whereas when we go to GBP, JPY, where's the lows of June? There's the lows of June. I hear something. Who's texting me? So that's what we're really seeing at this point. And then, whereas here, the dollar has fallen all the way down to there. I guess it's, in some ways, it's actually the opposite. It's gaining. But see, this is the thing, is that it's not gaining as much against the British pound. And then when we go over and look at it against the euro, right there, same thing, but it's nowhere near down to here like we see with the dollar. Where is it at, right? Yeah, it's nowhere near down to here. That's GBP. And then we're already challenging the same area here. So, the dollar is losing against the Japanese currency percentage-wise greater than against the euro and the GBP. That's all. It's been something because we had somebody come on to our webinar and started having us follow that for like a couple months. We were watching it. All right, and I found it interesting, and then I started looking at it in the euro nature besides the GBP, and then looking at the dollar, and it was well worth paying attention to. Just shows how weak the dollar is right at the moment. All right, from there we're going to go over to the Turkish lira, right there. Nope, we just messed it up. Let's try it again. Turkish lira right there. There we go. And it looks like we've made another all-time high today, maybe? I can't tell. Let's go check it out. That's the Euro Turkish Lira. No. Yesterday is the all-time high at this point, with a high of 29, almost 70. Really inching its way to that 30 area. And today it is up against it. It's been in the sell now since yesterday and today, but not, made a new low, but it's not anything major. And you can see the weekly is very strong in here. All right, then from there we slide over to, where do we slide over to? From there we go over to the Mexican peso, because it's been acting a little odd lately. There's the peso. Let's put it up on Chicago Quant. Right there. And that little pop there we thought might have been where India pulled out of the BRICS, which was a real surprise. And what else we got going on there? Let's see. So that's the Mexican peso. It's broken the 17 area. It's been in a weekly sell for weeks upon weeks upon weeks, all the way back into April. It's gaining against the dollar. We consider it the number one BRIC because they claim that they're going to join the BRICS. I haven't seen much news on it. Now that India is pulling away from it, it's going to be a little curious to see how well they can do. We figured the top three BRICS up until Monday, was it, Robin? I think it was Monday, where India said they're pulling out of the BRIC. We thought that the Mexican peso was number one, South African rand number two, and then the Indian rupee number three. That made up something like almost 80% of the peso, the MBRIC index. So we're not really comfortable with the bottom side of it. We always compare it to how the all those talks about Northern Europe and Southern Europe type of thing, All right, and then from there we slide over to the second BRIC, which will become the number one BRIC if Mexico doesn't join. And you can see here it's been gaining against the dollar for 3 days now. It's in a daily sell for 2. It's been in a weekly sell since back here, and we're back into that spot again. We went into the weekly sell, with that daily sell, and then it turned around and went to a buy, telling you not to be short, be neutral, and then you got this whole crazy move up to here. Then it gave you a sell, and then your stop. This is an actual loss. We lose once in a while. We have to. We don't have a choice. It's the way the market works. So we're 8.5 out of 10 times. So it's not bad, but that's the one right there. It stopped you out somewheres on this bar right there. And then you had it pop the next day, and then it gave us a buy here, and then it failed, but you were in a sell, so you wouldn't take the buy. And then when we went into the sell here, it made you back the money you gave up right there. It's usually the way the math works around here. And so that is the South African rand. Now what we do is, let's go over to gold. We look at the South African rand, and we also look at gold, because before all the political turmoil of the last 9 months in South Africa, the gold trade was really much easier of a trade following the currency. It's gotten sloppy now, but you can see here gold has been going up, and these last 3 days right there, and you can see the rand is gaining against the dollar by going down. So that just, it works out perfect. Not certain the day. I think it was Monday. I think I still have the email. Let's see. Let me see if I can find the email even. Let's see. Not that. BRICS, there you go. Yeah, it came over on Monday at 12:48 your time. Let me just see if I can show you that. Let's see if we can do that. If I go like this. Can we move that? Oh, we can't move that over there. Okay, so we go like that. There it is right there. Robin let us know that the oh, you can't see it. Robin let me know I was doing something outside at the time. And the New Delhi, it's a major blow to the BRICS. India has backed out from creating a common BRIC, so forth and so on. So and there it was right there. All right. So now, from gold and the South African rand, we slide over to the Canadian and the oil contract. So let's put West Texas Intermediate here, right there. You see West Texas Intermediate is climbing like a rocket ship. That's been really odd. This action here where the Canadian lost against the dollar. And then now, just the last couple of days, last 4 days now, it's finally breaking down, and you can see it's really taken off. I guess it's almost like they're trading the gamma or the range, you know, and that's what it seems to be, is they're trading the range. In this case here, you would think that they could bring it down into the 20s, you know, 129, 128, but it seems to be holding up pretty well. I'm not sure what the malfunction is there, but it's not following the oil market perfectly at all, just like the way the South African rand is not following the gold market perfectly anymore. Oh, look at the dollar index. Par 82 with a low of par 71. Let's see if we can put that back up there. There we are. Yeah, look at that. It's going to go after this, I think. And I think they're going to break the century mark. So, there we go. And without that increase coming up in the next couple weeks, it's going to make it even harder and harder to keep the dollar index over the century mark. Which is fine by me. All right. From there, we move over to, where do we go from here? That's it. That's it. That's the end of the action. So now what we'll do is we can look at gold and silver and copper and platinum, or we can drift through the energy sector first. And since we have oil up on the screen, let's do this. Let's stay with the energy sector, unless someone wants to see the metals sector first. You know, it doesn't matter to me. So if you shout it out, I will change my direction. All right, let's look at Brent. There is, where is it at? Where's Brent? Brent. Where are you? You're right around here somewhere. Light. It's got to be right above it. There it is. There's Brent. So, there we go. So there's the Brent, you know, it's trying to challenge the 80 area. The West Texas Intermediate right here is right there. There's this front month contract. Excuse me. Trading at, let's move this over just a little bit like so. There you go. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. Let me take another sip of my tea. There we go. I'm going to take a little piece of gum because I have a little tickle in the old throat. There we go. Okay. So that's the front month trading at 75.39. Let's take a look at the back month. It has flipped the last 4 days or so. The back month is now dropping, not a premium anymore, but a discount. 74.93. And the other one's 75. Let me just go back to it again. Was it 75.38? 75.41. So it's got a little under 50 cent discount. And so, or 50 cent discount. So what it's telling us is that the refineries need the product at the moment. And so it was trading at a discount, then it was trading at a premium. It goes back and forth. When you see it trade at a premium, it tells you that they need inventory. They need to manufacture, do their job, make money. You can see we've been in a weekly buy on both of them. And there's the daily buy. We've been in the daily buy since the lows, like 71, 72, 71.61 to be exact. And we've been in the weekly buy since the high 60s, 68.33. So, the pressure's been on the upside. It went into the daily buy there at, what was that, 71.61, and now we are trading at, this is the October contract, up $3+ over it. Now, same thing with the you can see here, now, yeah, that's it, the August contract. August contract's been in a buy since the 71.83, and now it's trading at 75.30. So, and that pressure's on it on the weekly. Overall, that's the oil contract. You can see there, Brent challenging the $80 area. And then we go over to natural gas, right there. Ooh, look at they're banging it down today. At one point it was over it. And then let's go put natural gas up on this screen right here. There it is. You can see a couple days of strength. And same thing here. We were 3 days in strength, and now they're knocking it down. And what else we got going on here? Weekly is still in a weekly, but we warned that signal right there. The fast algorithm on a weekly trend going into this week when below, now it's below the manifold for the last couple days, and that's usually a sign of some pressure to be. But the slow is lagging, and the daily is still in a buy. So it's not exactly something I want to get it's short on at all. All it is something to take profits on. That's the way it usually works around here, because we're usually accurate enough that you can take your profits instead of getting crushed. Now, what we do is we go over to Spain and look at an energy company that seems to match the price, matches the natural gas market in Europe. Right there. Trading at 26.47, making a little pop up. A little disappointed about that, of course. That's the Hinky. Let's see what without the Hinky it's doing. There we are. Yeah, it's popping up either way. So we're seeing that strength, and for some reason in the States, the August contract is breaking down a little bit in here. That's a pretty good break, actually. So we'll just see what that does, if it's just some type of, now remember, they're pipelines, so they're not the same exact delivery thing here in the States. Also, we're the world's largest producer of natural gas, so again, not the same. Might be some regulatory thing that's driving it crazy. Who knows? We'll see by the end of the day. Then from there, where do we go from there? We go over to the metals complex. And we saw gold right there. Gold's still trying to work its way up. Put it over here on Chicago Quant. Right there. Still lifting in a daily buy for 4 days. The weekly fast is breaking through, but the slow has not gotten there yet. You can see it down in here. And then we look over at silver right there. And silver doing the same thing, showing strength. It's been in a daily buy here for 3 days. And we go over to here, and it's been in a daily buy for a bunch more days. Where's that at? There. No. There. 1, 2, 3, 4. It almost made it into the sell here, but it didn't do it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 days in a buy. It's trying to get into the weekly buys. You can see right here. You see the fast is ripping on the upside. So we'll see if it pulls the weekly. Now, Normally what we do is we'll go to copper, but let's just take a look at platinum, because platinum seems to be the directioner. And you can see the last 3 days it's doing this. And there is the zero line. Let's put the zero line in. The fast hasn't been able to get through the zero line yet, but it's very close. Oh, it is. It's through it now. 1.43. See that right there. And but the slow is trapped, just getting above the manifold. Could be some strength coming in. That's what this thing's trying to tell us. But the problem is both silver and gold are still down in the weekly. So the daily, this could be like I don't know, like a short-lived pop going on at the moment, you know. And platinum is joining in. That's the only thing that's making me feel a little bit more bullish out of it all. The weeklies, they're telling me don't trust it yet. Okay. Now we'll take a look at copper. Right there. Copper's trying to lift up. You can see it there. And what we got over here. There it is right there, copper. And was challenging at minus this morning. Whoop. Let's try that again. Remove. There we go. And so, kill that. There we are. And so you can see here it's 4 days in a buy. They tried to put pressure on it yesterday, and it's still in a weekly buy. And the fast now is starting to join in. So we're seeing buying in the metals complex. Now, is it here to stay, or is it just going to, peel off over the next like 3 or 4 days? We'll watch and see. It could be just the influence itself of lower rates. As you can see, we see the stock market. Let's just show you the stock market real quick again. You see the stock market at the highs of the day of 4,513 on the S&P 500. At the same time, we can go over to the interest rate market. There's the 30-year bond. You see here, when this is going up, interest rates are going down. So the last 3 days, it's been in a daily buy. It's trapped in a weekly sell, so I'm not too comfortable with the idea that this is anything more than just an adjustment. I don't see it as a trend change at the moment, but we'll watch and see. You never know. Dailies can lead into weeklies, and at the same time, they can be head fakes, or what we call dead cat bounces. Dead cat bounce. All right. So where do we go from here? We've done platinum, and we've done all the metals. And now we're looking at, let me just save this. There we are. And so at this point, that's looking pretty good. Looking very, very good, actually. Surprised it's even got a red-green. I bet if I reset it, it probably wouldn't. Let's do that. But that red gets knocked right out. View, reload, 1 day. Yep. So it's knocked it out even. And so then copper. Let's save the copper. There we go. And same thing with pretty much all the rest of them too. Look at that silver move. It's almost like like a 70-cent gain over the last day. I'm always amazed with silver. It's amazing that it even can get below the 20s, but it finds ways to do it. It's a funny thing, but it does. So from there, I guess we can go take a look at the stock market and see what's going on with some of the stock indices. Let's see what the Russell's doing. The Russell is kind of like the way platinum is to us with the metals. And there is the Russell 2000. Oh yeah, look at that baby run. Run. It's been in a weekly buy for 3, 6. This is the 7th week. And it's a good solid 3 days in a daily buy. And it's going from 19 to 1960 something. 68? 65. So, that's a pretty good move in that index. This is an index that has the lowest cap stocks in America, as an index, that is. And so it's kind of, or let's say it's the 4th major index. So you got the Dow Jones battle. Well, the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones Industrial Average are kind of analogous, and then you have the Nasdaq 100, which is the most active stock exchange, and with the leading tech stocks that run the economy. And so then you have the Russell 2000, which is like $500 million companies up to like $5 billion companies in capitalization. They're very small, hoping to be the next Microsoft or Intel or Apple or something of that nature. So, all right, and then let's take a look at. There's the S&P, and as you can see right there, it's showing that strength, at the 512 area. And it's a second day in a daily buy, and it's in a weekly buy for 16 weeks now. So it's not really bouncing out of it. And then we go down and look at the Tech 100, or the Nasdaq 100, which is, let's put that up over here. There it is on Dukascopy. A little green yesterday and a lot of green today. And same thing here. You can see it's just marching. Let's reload that for 2 days because it's taking yesterday's and making it a little scrunched. That's better. There we are. And that's been in a weekly buy for 17 weeks. And we're figuring that. What are we figuring? We're figuring that that index, the tech, the 100 NU NQ. There we are. Save. There we go. Is going to be adjusted on Friday, I guess it is. So Monday, it's going to be very interesting to watch how the indices maybe drop, and that's part of the rally going on. I don't know. It's hard to say what's in the minds of money managers at any given day. Let's see where did I put that 100 at? There it is, right there. Okay, good. That's a good spot. I like that. Cool. All right, so that's the Nasdaq 100. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and then we'll get out of here. We got to figure out a name for this webinar today. Watch out for Bank of Japan's meeting. How about that? You can see here the Dow is. Let's reload that because I bet it went into the buy yesterday. Let's see, where's that? Reload. 2 days. Yep. So it went into the daily buy yesterday, same way, right there. And they're really pushing on it again today. And it's been in a weekly buy, just like the Russell, six weeks now. So, all right, traders. I think that's what we're going to do. Is we're going to label this particular webinar. We're going to say watching Bank of Japan meeting coming up. I think that would be a good description of what the part of what may be moving the markets, or the yen in particular. That's going to be very interesting. So from there, we will pretty much call it quits, and we will catch you all tomorrow. Same time, same channel, which will be Thursday. So this is Doc from North America saying, happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Later, traders, and thank you, Young, for stopping in and saying hi. Take care, Robin. Ta-ta for now.